You guys remember the 80s and 90s and how awesome they were? Because I do.
And I do. And that is why we are starting this show called Retro Dojo, where we are going to take a look at some of the old school stuff that we thought was super fun growing up. Everything from Sega Genesis to Ghostbusters to Jinko Jeans, cassette tapes, and POGS.
POGS!
Ooh! POGS, if you know what they are, need no explanation. And if you don't know what they were basically little cardboard discs with art on one side and a collector's number and usually a logo on the back. And then you and your friends would take an even amount of them, stack them up, and hopefully do better than I just did because I'm terrible at POGs. But these POGs are not ours. We actually stole these, borrowed these from a vampire. Weston. Yes. Thank you, Weston.
Thank you.
But there was not a lot to POGs. I mean, we're not the end-all, be-all of all information regarding POGs. We just thought they were kind of cool and fun growing up. Yep. He had more of them than I did, but you basically got POGs and slammers, which could be metal or plastic, but of course the metal ones are always the good ones, and then little containers to keep your POGs in.
Which containers I had was a Apollo 13 container. They were giving them in the Happy Meals at Burger King.
Burger King doesn't have Happy Meals.
They used to.
No, I think they're called something else. I think they're called King Meals.
It might be what it is. If you guys know, comment.
They looked exactly like this.
Kind of.
Rocket ship.
But, interesting fact, POGs originated in the 20s and 30s in Hawaii. Came over here in the mid-80s, early 90s, which hence why they blew up in the 90s. And then, of course, everyone fell in love with video games, and POGs were always forgotten after that.
Yeah, there's not much to them. I mean, they're cardboard discs.
They're collectibles.
And licensing could only do so much. There were Animaniacs. Here's one. Animaniac one. Yep. POG made their own. You could get Ghostbusters, Goosebumps. Did Garbage Pail Kids have one?
I think so.
Garbage Pail Kids might have had some.
Which, if you Google it, you can find pictures. Yeah. Obviously, they have the, World Federation POGs. I don't know what it's called.
I don't think that's a
World Championship.
That's not an organization. Maybe it is. You let us know.
Yeah.
We have a rating for these POGs. We each have a rating. That's part of Retro Dojo. Is at the end, we will tell you our overall rating on it, and David here will give you the scale. What's the best?
From the best would be tubular, rad, aight.
Go on.
Harsh and bogus.
There you go. He knew them all along.
Yes.
But yeah, so that's how we're going to rate it. Tubular is the absolute best. Bogus is the absolute worst. And aight is kind of in between. Yeah. So that's basically the gist of the show. We're going to be talking about these things. We're giving our personal input since we both grew up in the 80s and 90s. So we have these memories and stuff. You probably do too. Or maybe you don't and you just like learning more about retro culture and all that stuff. That's the point of the show. We're going to be talking about it, giving the ratings, being silly and goofy, because that's mostly what we do all day.
Yes.
And we were allowed to come out here and do it on video for you. If you like what you see, then go ahead and subscribe to the channel. New episodes will be released every Thursday at 7 p.m. And if you want to support our endeavors, then consider supporting us on Patreon. We have a Patreon channel. You can be a patron, and that would be fantastic. Hit us up on Facebook at Retro Dojo Show. Drop us an email at retrodojoshow@gmail.com. Let us know what you think, what you like, if you got some POGs, if you got anything else. Yeah, send some pictures. Yep. That would be awesome. And we will catch you guys on the next real episode.
Bye.
Word. Mm-hmm.